I mean, or like I'm looking at this monitor right now. It's bright, but it doesn't hurt my eyes. It's like a passive illumination. It was glowing. It wasn't like an active spotlight in your eyes. It was just a diffuse green ball. And as you got closer to it, it seemed to get thicker and thicker in the middle.
Were you able to see the interior of it?
There was no interior that I could see. It literally looked like a neon light where it was more brilliant in the center and it just became more diffuse. I could not, there was no hard edges. There did not seem to be any technology behind it. There wasn't a device, if you will, inside. It was like, you know what, probably best way, like a plasma ball, but not as intense, not as violent, if that makes sense.
Did you ever set up cameras?
So no, and we didn't have cameras inside the house. We had cell phones, but back in 2010, I was using a BlackBerry, a government issued BlackBerry, where we did not have cameras. The cameras were disabled. So I did never, and also we couldn't predict the frequency. It wasn't like I had a camera next to me all the time. It's like when you're sitting down and watching a TV show with a family, all of a sudden, whoop, there it goes.
I just mean home set up camera, like cameras in the corner monitoring a room or the outside.
No, we did not. We didn't even have cameras externally. We had an alarm system, but we did not have cameras set up in the house.
So many people may say, look, if there's a suspected burglar that taps on my window, perhaps I'm paranoid, but I would set up the next day 10 cameras all around my house, inside,
Sure, I would
outside.
too if it's a
Now,
burglar.
that may be an overreaction, but
Well, let me ask you this: when there's a thunderstorm near your neighborhood, do you set up cameras to look at the lightning? No, it's interesting, but most people just look at say, "Oh, that's curiosity, right? That's wow, interesting." It was the same thing with us. There wasn't necessarily a desire to set up a bunch of cameras because you never knew where it was going to appear. I could put 10 cameras in the hallway. Go ahead.
it didn't occur to you to set up cameras and then you said no. It just never occurred to you, the
No,
thought.
because it wasn't alarming to us. It was curious. It was curious. We were curious about it, but you didn't know where it was going to appear. Right, sometime in a hallway, sometimes in the kitchen. I mean, I can't put 1,000 cameras around the house and hope that I'm going to, have every single one of them on all the time. Hope to capture something. It wasn't that big of a deal to us. It was just,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's curious.
Why do you